What's up, you guys, and welcome to another episode of the Variety Views. I'm your host, the Variety Vendor, and I'm here to talk about Maze, which came out in 2017. It was based on the real events of the Maze prison escape from 1983, which was set to be the biggest escape since World War II. So, like 30 years, right? So, um, yeah, it was a great movie. I'm not too familiar with, everything around it. And going into this, I kind of expected it to be, very inaccurate and it being just, um, basically be like the kind of deal like the Shawshank Redemption, where everything is just completely made up, and it's about a group of guys being friends and stuff like that. But no, it was more than that. It was very realistic, and the acting was superb. Like I don't know anybody in this movie. I don't know the director. I don't know anybody or the writer or the cast, and they were fucking great from start to finish. I really enjoyed this, and the guy that played Gordon, Barry, Barry Ward. I thought he was a great actor. Great actor. I fell for him. From the beginning of the movie where he cuts his hair, and to the end, you see like the pain in his eyes. You see him kind of accepting the life of prison, and not just that, but he helps out a bunch of his friends to escape, but at the same time he doesn't want to. He's like, I've got 2 years, 2.5 years left, so I can just wait it out and then leave. And that's exactly what he did. 2.5 years later, 1986, he left. He was reformed. He was billed as reformed, and was he got out. So I really enjoyed this movie. There were a lot of great acting here, a lot of great moments, really heartfelt moments here. There were moments of where I would smile and stuff like that, but I think it was those little bright moments that really balanced this movie out. So whenever something happens, and then they would balance it out with a heartfelt moment. So this wasn't as, and as soon as the movie started and I saw like the dirt in his feet and he was walking through the halls, and I was like, this is going to be a bad movie. This is going to be like torture porn. But no, it wasn't that at all. There wasn't much gore in this. Actually, there wasn't even a little gore in this. So I think this is a movie that can be watched, even if you're, under the age of 13. Like I would say maybe, 10 or 11 is fine. You can still watch this. There's not, much vulgarity, in dialogue or anything like that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this to all ages. So and you will learn something by the end of this movie. You're gonna be like, yeah, absolutely. Um, I'm on board. I'm on board with that, and not just that. You see both sides. That's something that I really like about this. You see both sides. You see the side of the government, and the cops and everybody. The law, and you see the side of the resistance, the rebels. So I feel like you see both sides, and both sides do have an argument, but at the same time, when somebody gets hurt, no matter which side that they're on, now
The thing that I didn't like
heartfelt.
about it, though, was
The fact that it was way too short. It went around an hour and 25, and an hour and 30 if you include credits. But as far as a biographical movie goes, I think that this should have been a little bit longer. And I didn't like the ending where it was like, they made it pretty much, into like your run of the mill biographical movie, or TV biographical movie, where at the end they fade to black and they've got, blank text where it's like, this is the aftermath, this is what happens. I'm like, okay, you shouldn't be doing that. Spend, like the next 15 minutes, stretch this out to an extra 15 minutes where you would show the stuff that would happen, after, the whole, prison escape. I think that would have been much better. So for that, I would give this movie 4 stars. This movie deserves 4 stars, because, great acting and everything, but I just feel like there was just a little bit missing in this movie. I would have loved to see different perspectives. I like that it was focused, but at the same time, I think that you needed it to go to different ways. You needed to see the perspective of other people. I would have loved to see the perspective of the politicians. It felt a little bit too confined. No pun intended, since it's like, a prison movie. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. But I still, 4 stars is still a great rating. Nothing to sneeze at, and I would definitely recommend this to everybody, like I said before. So with that being said, rate, comment, favorite, how, please subscribe, share with your friends, share with everybody, and check out my next video where we talk about something else.